Hello. So it's day 4 of my Bluebird blanket, my Bluebird shawl. It's not really day 4 though, is it, Joey? Because day 3, I looked and we filmed that on the 31st of October, which is Halloween. And it's now the 15th of January, so it's 10 weeks later. There's a reason for that we didn't actually get all the filming done. Firstly, what happened in November was that I had an open studio, so I did lots of painting for that, and then I got lots of commissions and things off the back of that, and commissions from this is all for painting. And then in December I was running around the country, all over the country, for all different reasons, one of which was my dad's 80th, so that was nice. And then we had Christmas, and then between Christmas and the New Year, me and Mrs. Smith both got flu. And it really hit me hard. And, you know, I was out of it for 2 days, and then it's taken me weeks and weeks and weeks. I say weeks, 3 weeks. And yeah, I still don't feel 100%, so I'm still recovering from that. So it's 3 weeks later. So I have, although over that time, so it will be it's a big jump since people last saw this. So we had good intentions of filming every day, but what with things, just life got in the way, really. So there are certain things. First of all, I wanted to talk about sizing, really, because obviously, when I knitted this one, can you see it, Joe? So when I knitted my original one, which I knitted for baby Doris, who we called Dozza, I was using some 4-ply, which was on cones, and some Shetland 4-ply and cones. And it's obviously thicker than this, because this is definitely, so that's like half the width there, coming out slightly smaller than my original, even though I'm using the same size needles. So that's one thing I wanted to talk about, the sizing. So it's going to come out slightly smaller than that. The other thing that I wanted to talk about is me following the chart, because what happens is how I tend to work. So on day 3, was it day 3 that you saw yesterday, or we released yesterday, or whenever it was, I was showing you how I draw across as I do each line. But what's happened as I go up, you can see this line's looking wavy. The reason for that is that I'm sitting watching TV, and I've got the chart there, and I use the chart as a guide. You probably will be more particular, because obviously I'm using it as a guide. I just that's what I do. So I don't actually sort of count every single stitch. I get a sort of an idea of the shapes, and I kind of think, oh, I've got to, got to build up the center of that flower. The spot in the center of that flower is going to go there. And what ends up happening is that I'm not going in a straight line. So you can see I've crossed off there. That's where I am on that bit, but I'm lower down on that bit, and then I'm higher up on that bit, and lower down on there. And that's just because I can just knit and not have to think about it too much. And then what happens is, when I draw the lines in and I realise I'm all over the place, then I kind of catch up. So I hold back there and catch up on that bit. So so the only time that I really take a lot of care, perhaps, is when I'm doing like a bird's head or something like that, because otherwise it will look weird. But really, with these flowers and things, because they're quite loose shapes, it doesn't really make a great deal of difference, and nobody's even going to notice that I do that. But I just wanted to show you that that's generally what I do. So I'm over halfway, and I'm just added in, only today, added in the second skein. So I'm going to have, which is the plan, some of this skein left. I might not even get onto that skein, but I will get onto that skein when I come to do the tassels, because I really want to put tassels on this. So that's the plan. So you could probably just do it with two of each. I know you get 3 of those in the pack. It depends whether you want to do tassels or not. Anyway, is there anything else that we want to say at this point today? Just show people where I am really, Joey. So that, of course, you can't see it all in one go. So I would have messed around when I did the bird as well. I mean, it wouldn't be absolute, and that's the other side.
So you're going to show when you're actually knitting, like part of the bird or something?
Well, maybe tomorrow. What we'll do is, because now we're back on it, now we're feeling well enough to maybe I'll just sort of show people tomorrow how I do that thing where I sort of play catch up on certain areas and slow down on certain areas. So for instance, I'm ahead here on this bit here. I'm ahead. So what I'll probably do is I will just repeat the last row. So I'm sort of standing still there, and then I'll catch up a bit on that bit there. So does that make sense to you, Joe, as somebody who doesn't knit?
Not really. It never really makes sense to me. I'm just here to do
well, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to repeat the previous row.
Yeah.
I mean, nobody has to do it this way. You can just follow. Thanks, Joe. You can just follow the pattern. It's just that when I'm watching TV and it's Mrs. Smith's mood lighting, and I don't want to get I don't want to get like that,
you have to have mood lighting in the winter. It's called, what's it called? Hoog or something?
Yeah, something like that.
Scandinavian expression.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, you like it, but it's not.
You'd like to sit under nice bright strip lighting.
I'd like to be able to see what I'm doing, but as I can't really, that's why I tend to sort of just wing it, and then the next morning look at what I've done and sort of correct it and try and
see a bird. What's the bird?
What about yeah, I mean, the bird's not perfect. It's not exactly the same as, it won't be exactly the same as that, because it would be mood lighting. And I'll just show people the inside on my no floats method. I'll turn it inside out. There it is. So now we're back on it.
Yeah.
We'll come back tomorrow. We'll do another day. So day 5. So it won't be a 6-week gap. Thanks, Joe. Bye from me. Bye from you.